Have you ever had an itch that made you stop and wonder, what is my body trying to tell me? As we age, our bodies begin speaking to us in subtle ways. Through aches, fatigue, and yes, even through that nagging itch. While it's easy to shrug off itching as just dry skin or irritation, the truth is, where that itch shows up could reveal much deeper health concerns. In fact, certain areas of chronic itchiness in older adults have been linked to serious underlying issues that could quietly shorten your lifespan. In today's video, we'll uncover 4 specific areas where persistent itchiness could be your body's silent warning, and more importantly, what you can do about it. These insights aren't just folklore. They're based on real patterns observed by doctors and researchers who study aging and longevity. So stay with us until the end, because understanding these signs might not only help you live longer, but live better, with more strength, clarity, and peace of mind. And if you haven't already, now's a great time to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss future videos on living your healthiest, longest life.
Let's get started.
1. Persistent itchiness on the lower legs, a silent signal from your circulatory system. Have you ever noticed an itch on your lower legs that just won't seem to go away? Maybe you apply some lotion, blame it on dry skin, or brush it off as just getting older. But what if I told you that persistent itching in this area could actually be your body's way of waving a red flag, a warning about your circulation? As we age, our blood vessels naturally lose some of their elasticity and efficiency. This can lead to a condition called peripheral artery disease, or PAD for short. PAD happens when the arteries that carry blood to your limbs, particularly your legs, become narrowed or blocked. When blood flow is restricted, your skin, especially in your calves, shins, and ankles, doesn't get the nutrients and moisture it needs. This can make the skin dry, irritated, and unusually itchy, even when there's no visible rash.
Let's paint a quick picture.
Imagine 2 men, Harold and Dennis, both in their early 80s. Harold takes a brisk walk every morning, checks his legs and feet regularly, and stays active overall. His circulation stays strong. Dennis, however, has become more sedentary. He spends long hours sitting and has recently noticed a nagging itch climbing up his calves and ankles, especially at night. He tries slathering on moisturizer, but it never truly goes away. What Dennis doesn't realize is that this itch could be an early warning sign that his legs aren't receiving enough blood flow. If ignored, poor circulation can silently set the stage for more serious health problems, including heart disease, stroke, and even cognitive decline. There's a reason doctors sometimes call the legs the second heart. The muscles in your legs help pump blood back up toward your heart. If your legs are struggling, your entire cardiovascular system feels the strain.
The great news.
When caught early, the effects of poor circulation, and the itchy warning signs, can be managed and often improved. Simple lifestyle changes can make a world of difference. Movement is medicine. Gentle leg exercises, short daily walks, or even standing up and stretching every hour can help. Stay hydrated. Dehydrated skin is more prone to itching. Compression socks can support healthy blood flow, especially during long periods of sitting or standing. Cutting down on salty foods can ease the pressure on your veins and arteries. And here's a crucial tip. If you notice a persistent itch on your lower legs that just won't go away, even after moisturizing or changing soaps, don't just shrug it off.
Talk to your doctor.
A simple checkup can uncover circulation issues early, giving you the chance to take action before bigger problems develop. Your body always tries to speak to you. Sometimes it whispers through an itch. Listening to those whispers can make all the difference. 2. Unexplained itching on the upper or mid-back, a subtle signal from your liver or kidneys. Now, let's move a little higher up the body, to your upper or mid-back. If you find yourself constantly reaching back to scratch an area between your shoulder blades or along your spine, but there's no rash, no irritation, and no clear cause, it might be time to listen more carefully. Because sometimes, an itch here isn't about your skin at all. It's about what's happening inside your body. In many older adults, persistent upper back itching has been linked to problems with 2 of the body's most important organs, the liver and the kidneys. Both of these organs are your body's natural detoxifiers. They filter waste products from your blood, maintain fluid and mineral balance, and help keep your internal systems running smoothly. But when they start struggling, even slightly, waste products can begin to build up in the bloodstream. And guess what? One of the earliest ways your body might try to alert you is through unexplained skin irritation, especially in areas rich with nerve endings like the back. Let's take a look at two women, Dorothy and Janice, both 76 years old. Dorothy stays hydrated, eats plenty of fresh foods, and keeps up with her medical checkups. She hasn't noticed any unusual symptoms. Janice, however, has recently been feeling more sluggish. Her ankles are a little swollen, and she's been scratching her back more often, mostly at night. She switched laundry detergents, changed her soap, and moisturized faithfully. But the itch persists. What Janice doesn't realize is that chronic back itching, especially without a rash, can be an early signal that the kidneys or liver aren't filtering toxins effectively anymore. And when these organs are under stress, the entire body feels it. Sleep becomes more restless.
Digestión can slow down.
Energy levels dip. Even mental clarity can become foggy. And here's something important. While the itching itself isn't dangerous, what it represents could be. If left unaddressed, declining kidney or liver function can lead to more serious issues like infections, cardiovascular problems, or even cognitive decline. But there's good news too. You can intervene early. A simple blood test can check how well your kidneys and liver are functioning. Drinking plenty of clean water helps these organs flush waste more efficiently. Reducing alcohol, cutting back on highly processed foods, and limiting salt intake can ease the burden on your system. And if you're taking multiple medications, it's a good idea to review them with your doctor. Some medicines can be tough on the liver and kidneys over time. So if you've been dealing with an itchy mid-back that just won't go away, and none of the usual skincare tricks are helping, take it seriously. Your body might not be trying to annoy you. It might be trying to save you. When your skin whispers, especially over your vital organs, it's time to listen closely. 3. Frequent itching on the scalp or neck, when stress and nerve health speak through your skin. Next, let's move upward to an area we often overlook when it comes to health warnings: the scalp and neck. At first glance, a little itch here might seem harmless. Maybe you think it's the weather, a shampoo reaction, or just normal aging. But persistent itching in these areas, especially without any rash or visible irritation, often points to something deeper inside: your nervous system and stress response. You see, the scalp and neck are packed with some of the body's most sensitive nerve endings. As we age, our nervous system becomes a little less resilient. And when the body carries emotional stress, nervous tension, or even underlying inflammation, these sensitive nerve endings are often the first to show it. Let's meet Leonard and Ray, two men in their late 70s. Leonard stays socially active, gardens regularly, and practices light meditation in the evenings. He feels connected, relaxed, and overall pretty peaceful. Ray, however, has had a rougher time adjusting to retirement. He feels restless, isolated, and often struggles to unwind, even though he might not recognize it as stress. Over time, Ray notices something odd. His scalp feels itchy in the evenings. The back of his neck feels irritated throughout the day. No rash.
No dandruff.
Just a deep, nagging itch he can't seem to shake. He switches shampoos, buys a new pillow, even tries special lotions, but nothing changes. What Ray doesn't realize is that his itch is his nervous system sending out a quiet SOS. In older adults, prolonged low-grade stress can keep cortisol levels elevated, suppress the immune system, and create chronic tension in the body. And this tension often shows up in places loaded with nerve endings, like the scalp and neck, long before more obvious health issues appear. Even more importantly, persistent scalp and neck itchiness has been linked to early warning signs of neuropathy, nerve damage, and even cognitive decline. It doesn't mean something severe is happening right away, but it's absolutely a signal you should not ignore.
The beautiful part?
There are powerful natural ways to calm the nervous system and give your body the relief it's craving. Gentle breathing exercises, even just 5 minutes a day. Spending time outdoors, soaking up fresh air and sunlight. Reconnecting with friends or family. Human connection is a major stress reliever. Limiting exposure to constant negative news or overstimulation, especially in the evenings. Journaling a few thoughts before bed to clear mental clutter. When Ray started adding a few of these simple habits into his daily life, a short morning walk, turning off the TV after dinner, and calling his brother once a week, something magical happened. His mind began to quiet down. His body relaxed. And over time, the itching faded away, not instantly, but gently, as his inner stress found a way to heal. So if you've been experiencing an unexplainable, nagging itch on your scalp or neck, pause and ask yourself, how have I really been feeling lately, emotionally, mentally, and physically? Because sometimes, your skin isn't reacting to what's outside, it's responding to what's happening inside. And that little itch. It might just be your nervous system tapping you on the shoulder, asking for a little peace. 4. Ongoing itching around the chest or abdomen. A hidden clue about your body's nutrition. Finally, let's talk about a surprising and often missed signal. Persistent itching across the chest or belly. When people think of serious health issues, they usually picture things like chest pain, dizziness, or memory loss. But what if your skin, right across your torso, could be trying to tell you something long before bigger problems appear? You see, chronic itchiness across the chest and abdomen, especially without an obvious rash, can be a silent red flag for nutritional deficiencies or malabsorption issues. And for older adults, these underlying problems are much more common, and much more dangerous, than most people realize. Let's look at two women, Joyce and Elaine, both 81 years old.
Joyce still loves cooking simple, colorful meals.
Even though she doesn't eat as much as she used to, she makes sure each bite counts, with fruits, vegetables, healthy proteins, and good fats. Elaine, however, has gradually lost interest in food. She feels full quickly, skips meals more often, and tends to rely on crackers, canned soup, or toast, easy foods that don't offer much real nutrition. Along the way, Elaine starts to notice a persistent itch across her chest and stomach, tenderness, dryness, and irritation, especially at night. And no matter what body wash, lotion, or laundry detergent she tries, the problem remains. What Elaine doesn't know is that as we age, our digestive system often struggles to absorb critical nutrients like vitamin B12, essential for nerve health and energy, essential fatty acids, which nourish the skin and brain, minerals like zinc and magnesium, vital for healing and immune strength. When the body doesn't get enough of these nutrients, the skin becomes dry, sensitive, and more prone to irritation, especially across the torso, where there's a dense concentration of nerves and blood vessels. Even worse, these deficiencies don't just affect your skin. They can silently weaken your muscles, lower your immunity, and cloud your thinking, setting the stage for faster aging and serious health problems down the road. And here's the tricky part. You might not even lose weight. In fact, many seniors with hidden malnutrition still appear to be a healthy size, while their bodies are quietly starving for vital building blocks. But there's incredibly good news. Of all the early warning signs we've discussed today, this is one of the easiest to fix. Small, thoughtful changes in your diet can make a huge difference. Add a handful of nuts or seeds to your snack routine. Include an egg, some fresh berries, or a piece of grilled chicken to your meals. Consider a high-quality multivitamin if your appetite is smaller. And if needed, ask your doctor about blood tests to check key nutrient levels, especially B12, vitamin D, and essential minerals. When Elaine finally visited her doctor, a simple blood panel revealed she was low in B12 and zinc. After just a few months of better eating and a simple supplement routine, the itching faded, and her energy, memory, and overall health improved dramatically. So if you've noticed that your chest or abdomen feels itchy, without any obvious skin condition, and you haven't been eating as well as you used to,
this is your body's gentle tap on the shoulder.
It's asking you to fuel it, not just for comfort, but for strength, clarity, and long-term vitality.
Your body whispers before it shouts.
Now that you've learned about these 4 specific itchy spots,
take a quiet moment and ask yourself,
have you noticed any of these signs lately? An occasional itch might seem like nothing, but as we've seen today, where it appears, and how often, can hold deeper meaning. Each one of these signals points to something important. Persistent lower leg itchiness could be your circulation asking for help. Itchiness across the back might be your liver or kidneys waving a flag. An itchy scalp or neck could reveal emotional strain or nervous system fatigue. Chest or belly itchiness could hint at nutritional gaps silently stealing your strength. The important thing to remember is, none of these signs mean something terrible is guaranteed to happen. In fact, the beauty of catching these whispers early is that you have the power to respond. Before small issues grow into bigger ones. You can
walk a little more to boost your circulation.
Nourish yourself better with foods rich in essential nutrients.
Breathe deeper, rest better, and lighten the hidden weight of stress.
And stay connected to yourself, to your loved ones, and to the vibrant life you deserve. If even one of these signs felt familiar to you today,
don't ignore it.
Start with just one small change. And if none of them sounded familiar, that's even better. Because now you're empowered to notice early if something begins to shift later on.
Because remember.
The goal isn't just to live longer. It's to live longer with clarity, independence, and joy. Listening to your body's early signals. Even something as simple as an itch is one of the smartest ways to do just that. If you found today's video helpful, please like this video. It really supports our channel. Subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss our weekly insights.
And leave a comment below.
Tell us one thing you learned today and one small action you're inspired to take. We love hearing from you. Your stories, your reflections, your victories. They fuel us to keep creating content that informs and inspires. Thanks so much for being here. And we can't wait to see you in the next video.